Carl has it.
Carl should be able to give it all that.
$75,000, right?
Yeah, that's a huge one.
175.
No, he wants the breakdown between textbooks and...
Oh,
It was 75 that we bought this year.
Texts are 86. There are four
Yeah, I
items
know.
in small cap. There were smartboard requests totaling 70,000, and elementary science textbooks at 56,000, and elementary everyday math textbooks at 30,000, totaling 156.
In terms of the reduction of school time, what do you envision happening?
See, that's, we haven't talked
we
about
haven't,
We haven't discussed it. It's
That's-
just that the only way you can save money in a budget that's driven with 80% staff is either in increasing classes or
Less sizes.
decreasing
but
programs.
that would require collective bargaining,
Right.
opening the contract. We haven't really gone there. I think Maureen was just trying to be the devil's advocate. with
I
that.
just wanted to know what the impact inside the school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
How much time?
Yeah, we haven't talked.
Well, rather than laying
How
off
much are you above the minimum?
We're above the minimum at all our schools, right?
40,
What?
945?
Yeah, we're above the hours, yeah.
The minimum number of hours at the elementary level is 900, and I think the elementary schools are around 945.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Because, Sean, you can lay off a classroom teacher and those kids have to go into the other classrooms, or you can lay off the art, music, and gym teacher. And then the kids come home, because that's teachers' prep time. But it's still a layoff, it's got a very different impact, class size or less time in the classroom. And those are really your only options when you've got an 80% staff-driven budget, classroom teachers or elective.
Maureen, I just wanted to add one other thing. Those textbooks, there were other textbook requests that we cut before we got to these two, which we were told,
These are the important
these two were the
ones.
important ones that we had to have next year. Also, I want to mention that John Bernard has made a request, and I think he may have made this before. He had a position last year that was never filled, I believe, and John would like to get another guidance counselor at the high school. We have 3 guidance counselors serving over 700 students, or almost 800 students. And to me, that's unacceptable. We're close to the maximum level of students that each guidance counselor is supposed to have. And, you know, sadly, John, I can tell you, there hasn't been a lot of movement in that direction to fill that position. And it's a position that we should have. I mean, you talk about how vulnerable kids are at middle school. They're especially vulnerable at high school, especially when they get to that junior year, which is probably the most difficult year a kid's going to have between all the tests they take and what colleges they're going to go to. And senior year, they just slide. But, you know, the rest of...
Maybe you.
Right.
So, you know, on a good note, we did manage to bring a $700 and something thousand gap down to 324.
I know.
If we can close that gap, that would be wonderful. If we cannot, we have to add more costs to that. It just compounds the problem a little bit more. I am hopeful that we will work with the Finance Committee and the Board of Selectmen to, you know, whittle that down further. And certainly, the list of reductions that we put up there is not in a priority order. We will hear again from the administrators, and they'll start to put that into some kind of order. And we will continue to work with the finance planning team leading up to the June town meeting. I would encourage parents to get in touch with the town leaders and not bring your ideas to town meeting without sharing them in advance. That's very important, that when we come together, we have a plan, and that we follow that plan as best we can.
Yes, I love getting calls at my house, so please do. My husband does too.
Go, Bob.
Question for Carl. Of this proposed list here, I'm assuming it's in excess of the,
Yeah, oh, yes. Yes.
what is the total?
Well, let me provide
I
you...
read the teachers at 50K.
Right. Working with Dr. Manville earlier, we've assigned estimated numbers to each of the 6 areas. I'll read those to you. As you said, the 6 teachers, we have at 303,000. 1 custodian, 44,000. 3.5 paraprofessionals. These are all of the paraprofessionals that staff the libraries and the computer labs, incidentally. That would equate to 77,000. Instructional technology, that was expense budgets found throughout the 5 school budgets, that amounted to 20,000. Professional development, that would be a 1-year elimination, pretty much, of professional development. That's 48,000. And administrative salary savings, we estimate that to be 25,000.
Excuse me, is the 3.5 paraprofessionals, is that only in elementary or in all levels?
Right now, it's just an elementary.
But Carl, we do need more than that money if we were to let teachers go because of the unemployment costs, correct?
Yes.
In the elimination of computer and library paraprofessionals means the elimination of those programs. So that begs the question, where do the kids go? Because that's the teacher's prep time, so.
I guess that goes my next question. Does that then go to less hours? I mean, is it we're losing teachers and we're going to lose hours? I mean, is that what, if we lose the 6 teachers and the paraprofessionals and they lose their development time, are we increasing the sizes and losing hours?
It's a matter of priorities, because those numbers add up to more than what we need to save. So it could, if we were to cut evenly across our schools, then at the elementary level, that's what you would see, a little bit of both.
No.
Yeah, we have
the minutes.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's it.
But
Yeah, bill and payroll's done.
Just to make my point on the slide, the green line at the bottom is the increase in our taxes. It's the increase actually in the taxes of my house, which has not been changed since 1980, which is the beginning of this, and the end is 2005. What you see in the other lines are the median income both in the United States and in the Northeast over that same time period. And the difficulty that we have with Prop 2.5 is this is actually 2.5% compounded right on the button. It's within a few dollars. And the problem we have is this great big gap on the other side here. Now, some of that's taken up. Some of our issues are taken up by the fact that we've had some growth in town. But the basics are that 2.5% compounded over that period of time,
That's my point. It's a
the gap's
structural
getting too big.
deficit that you
We can't make it up anymore.
I don't think they're getting to 2.5.
That's the problem. The gap's too big. We've reached the critical point.
No, but you've got to look at this and say, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
make this up.
Right,
Oh,
right.
right, no, you're right. Thank you, Cliff.
anything else? Comments, questions?
I mean, if you want to make up $2 million with 200 teachers, then.
I'm not
take
looking for a
$10,000 pay.
reassessment, by the way.
I'm sorry, what was that? No.
No.
Nope.
No. You know, we